Hi everyone, thanks so much for coming to watch this video. These are Jolly Rancher lip chaps, and this video was suggested by some of my viewers who are watching our EOS Jolly Rancher lollipops to do a lip chap one since some of them might not have EOS containers. I'll talk you through it as we go through the video, and I hope you guys enjoy watching this. So for your supplies, you will require empty lip chap containers. Now, this is important to note that I use Blistex and they did not melt. And some containers that you use, you'll actually find that they melt because the Jolly Rancher candy gets so hot when you warm it up. You will also need Jolly Ranchers, and you're going to see here that I also use some oil, and I think any oil should be fine, but this is actually pretty important in getting your Jolly Rancher out. So I just took out that bottom little piece and I tried to soak the whole thing in oil. Now, I should note that I tried, I feel like, every method to make this work so that you could twist the Jolly Rancher up, putting a straw in it, putting lots of oil, keeping the lip balm in, and I just couldn't make it work. So I'm going to show you my best option here, which again is covering it in oil and then putting that white piece back in and scrolling that back down to the bottom. Once your container is prepped, you can unwrap about 3 to 4 Jolly Ranchers depending on the container you're using. I used a microwave bowl in this shot, and just watch out, it will be hot. Now this is actually quite difficult. This one is super messy, and you'll see that I use a different method in my future lip chaps throughout this video. And there is lots of air bubbles, so I just have a little stick that I'm sort of poking in and shoving it down, and obviously it's getting everywhere here, but it does peel off quite, if you just let it harden, it does peel off quite easily, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Just make sure you don't touch it because it is extremely hot. So you want to fill it all the way up to the top, and then just leave it there until it is cool enough to touch. So again, this is very hot, and be very careful. If I didn't mention before, I use 15-second intervals, so it was 15 seconds once, stir it up, 15 seconds again, and then maybe another 5 seconds, but be careful because you can burn your candy quite easily. So once it's cooled down to the point where you can touch it, you can put it in the freezer, obviously the fridge too. The freezer is faster, and then just make sure you keep it in there for a while until you know it's for sure hardened. Now, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to turn the bottom to the point where it snaps. So you're essentially breaking the turny thing off the stick inside, as the Jolly Rancher is too hard that it actually won't screw up. So then what you're going to do, and right there, while you didn't see it, I actually sucked it out and it came out super easy, and then you can just pull it out, and then you can just rest it on top. If you want to take it a step further, you can glue that to the top, and it'll stay there for sure. Now just watch that once you suck on it a little bit, if you put it back in, it might get stuck again, so just be careful. Okay, so moving on to the green apple Jolly Ranchers. So this is my Blistex container, and a reminder, all containers might not work. I tried using a Lipsol one, and it actually completely melted when I poured the Jolly Rancher stuff in it. So be careful of that. Now here I have my little cup with a little melt on it, and it is plastic. And it might work for, if you're going to use plastic, it might work for 1 or 2 tries, but I actually melted a hole through this. I think it was after the 4th color of Jolly Ranchers. So be very careful, as this Jolly Rancher candy gets extremely hot when melted. So I'm filling up my little cup. I think I have about 3 or 4 in there. I'm putting it in the microwave and watching it always to make sure that it doesn't boil over. Okay, so I'm spraying my container, and you'll see at the end actually that the way that I get the Jolly Rancher out is you actually have to suck it out, and the oil helps make this process extremely easy. And if you don't do this, your Jolly Rancher will just be stuck to your container. Okay, so here I've already microwaved it, and it's so much easier to put in, so much easier to put in with the little mouth. But again, be careful, you guys, because this stuff is so hot. So if you're a tiny person, make sure that you guys have adult supervision and carefully pour it in. Here I'm pretty careful, but sometimes you can pour it over the side and it'll drip down and touch your fingers. So maybe you have like some large tweezers or some barbecue pinchers or something that you could use just in case that does happen. Throughout the video, you'll see me tapping down my lip chaps, and that's just to make sure that there's no air bubbles, as the air will actually get stuck in there, and then it just will create kind of a weird texture for your lollipop. Yummy! Watermelon time! Let's do grape. Okay, so blue raspberry. Thanks so much for watching this video, everyone, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. And if you find this technique of making Jolly Rancher lollipops difficult, please check out our EOS Jolly Rancher lollipops. Thanks, everyone!